Hello, everyone. My name is Tegan Kline. I head up international business development for Orchid, and today I'll be talking about the internet as a basic human right. So the internet was born with good intentions. Tim Berners-Lee famously said, it's an open platform that allows anyone to share information, access opportunities, and collaborate across boundaries. But the internet, and I do believe that the internet began as in that pure state, in that pure form. And I remember when I learned about the internet and I saw the opportunity for information to flow freely across boundaries. And I thought, newspapers are dead tomorrow. We no longer need to pay for education or information. But it didn't go as I naively and optimistically hoped. The internet taught us that information, that things should be free. Wrongly taught us that things should be free. And the internet today, it has the degree of centralization that it has because the databases need to be owned and operated. And this has caused monopolies to show up and monetize our data and sell our data wrongfully, and also governments to control the information that we see. And the internet is a very fragmented place currently. In the US, it's corporation-owned. In the EU, it's run by GDPR. In places like China and Russia, it's controlled by the state and monitored. How many of you use Proton Mail, by a show of hands, the encrypted, end-to-end encrypted email service? I do as well. If you were in Russia 2 days ago, they blocked the servers to Proton Mail, so you couldn't access your information, your emails. How many of you use Telegram? Well, Russia and Iran have been known to ban Telegram, infamously, because of the degree of encryption that it provides. So what do you do when you wake up and you're not able to access information? You're not able to contact your family or your friends. I believe that censorship is a huge problem today. And censorship causes something like the panopticon effect. So when you believe, or when you know that you're being watched, you begin to self-monitor and self-regulate. And this limits the human experience, this limits our creativity, this limits our consciousness. And the internet is currently under threat, not only to large governments that are controlling information and spewing propaganda on the platform, but also to companies, tech giants that have monitored or that have began to sell our data and monetize our attention. So we've gone from this open platform full of potential to perfectly manicured gardens. And humans are imperfect beings. And when we hold them to perfect standards, it leads us down a very dangerous path. So the internet, it needs us. It needs every single one of us, not just the powerful, but all of us. And access to the internet is a basic human right, similar to water, something that every human needs access to. The internet is a natural resource. And the UN agrees with this. In 2016, they came out with a statement saying that access to the information is a basic human right. So I have a call to action for all of you. Let's take our internet back. I joined Orchid because I believe that privacy and communication are the main use cases for blockchain technology. And VPN usage is rising. So what is a VPN? It's a virtual privacy network that allows us to tunnel our traffic to other locations. So I recently moved to Berlin, and I use a VPN to tunnel my traffic to the US so that I can see my information in English. And this is just one of the many use cases for VPNs. But VPNs are under threat as well. Many of them have been known to log and track our data, which is a bit hypocritical considering what the message is trying to do. And China owns about 60% of the free VPNs on the App Store and Google Play Store. So our mission at Orchid is to create open internet access for everyone, everywhere. We've created a marketplace for bandwidth, and this gives you a VPN client that allows you to plug into other VPNs. So on our network, you can earn Orchid tokens by using just your internet connection and selling your additional bandwidth to the network. You can also set up as a bridge node for the multi-hop functionality, which is what gives you the degree of privacy on our network. So this is a diagram of how the app works. So Seven Waterhouse, our CEO, he spoke in Paris last week, and this is really some of the first few times that we began talking publicly about our technology since the launch of our white paper. And Orchid is using an encrypted overlay similar to onion routing, and we are built on top of Ethereum. So we have smart contracts available, and we're disguising our web traffic through methods like WebRTC and other options. So when people hear that we're built on top of Ethereum, they tend to ask, how are you built on top of Ethereum? How are you going to build this huge communication application on top of Ethereum? What are you going to do about privacy and scalability and also costs? So probabilistic micropayments are one of the ways that we've tackled the linked transactions on Ethereum, and this gives people a degree of privacy on the Orchid network. You can call them, it's similar to a lottery ticket, so only the buyer and the seller in the transaction know who is involved in that transaction. Medallions, this is what we're using to prevent Sybil attacks on our network. So with the medallions, this is proof of stake, and we're not waiting for Ethereum to release their proof of stake. We have created a way to do it internally on our application. The bandwidth smuggling piece, this is how we will tunnel around powerful firewalls like the Great Wall of China. And we've created a bandwidth marketplace. So this will combine the probabilistic micropayments and the medallions to allow us to scale the communication level on top of Ethereum. So at Orchid, we're creating a permission-free market for communication. So what's next? We will be launching our alpha in April and updating our white paper. And in May, we'll begin beta testing. So if you would like to stay involved in what Orchid is doing and our progress and get involved in our beta, you can go to orchid.com and sign up for our newsletter. And we need your help. If you're interested in providing bandwidth, if you know anyone who has cheap bandwidth that they want to provide to the network, I would love to talk to you. If you're interested in helping people in oppressed regimes get access to internet, I would love to talk to you. And if you are interested in participating in our beta, I would love to chat with you. And this is my contact information. I'm Tegan at orchid.com. I would love to chat with you after. Thank you.